In continuing our series of connecting faith to life, to business, to our leadership in a church, we move to the Book of Ruth. I've mentioned before some of my favourite books. Well, Ruth is certainly one of those, and you're going to see that over the next few short videos in the coming weeks. And I've titled this one, Is It the Right Plan? We're always putting a plan together, or should be, for our business, even for our family, our church, our ministry. And sometimes what seems right to us is far different than the plan God has for us, because we can be influenced by the wrong input, we could be influenced by the wrong ideas and misinterpretation of research, and God's plan is certainly different. And we hear in this Book of Ruth about Elimelech, who was in his nation, living where he was. Severe drought came, so he took his wife, Naomi, and their two sons, and they headed to a foreign country where they hear was a bit more prosperous, or at least they could actually eat. And they arrived there, and the two sons married two women of that country. But not long after this, Elimelech died, so Naomi was left on her own. And then eventually the two sons died, so the two daughters-in-laws were left without a husband. And eventually Ruth decided, or Naomi decided, that Ruth and Orpah, the other daughter-in-law, would head back to Naomi's country. And on the journey, Naomi says to the two daughters-in-law, Ruth and Orpah, why don't you go back to your country? I'm going back to my people. They're different to you. But Ruth clung to Naomi, and she said, where you're going, I'm going. Your people will be my people. Your God, my God. Your family, my family is what she's saying. Eventually Orpah was saying the same thing, but eventually with a bit of pressure from Naomi, Orpah went back. And we don't hear anything about her really anymore in the Bible, but there's a little bit of history around, and we'll share that in the next video. So Naomi, wants to send them back. Ruth stays, and Orpah goes back home to where she's come from. And sometimes the decisions we make on the journey in our church, in our business, in life, seem right, even from good input, but they are far different than what God's plan is for us. And sometimes we write a list of for and against. If we're going to make this decision, build this business, open a new campus with church, start a ministry, change structure, whatever it is, we do all the fors and against. And we forget sometimes, what is God saying about this? And as we're going to see in the coming videos, both of these daughter-in-law's journey took a different twist. And it all came down to the decision making and being committed. And when things get a bit tough, do you stay with your leader? As a leader, do you want to abandon ship, or are you willing to show the leadership and make the decisions to help your church, help your business, help your ministry move forward? And in Proverbs it says, man plans his way, but God directs his path. Are you open to God directing your path?